All right. Hello, everybody. Nice to have you with us. Let's see who's the first one to comment today. It's Eamon Misa 3. Nice to have you with us. I don't even, is that Arabic? I'm not sure. See, that's the red envelope going in there. Okay. I believe that is. Nice to have you with us. So, today is the 5th of October, 2023. I want to say it's sunny outside, but depends on where you are in the world, obviously. A lot of news today about the SBF trial, obviously, since that's kind of the biggest news that's we've been waiting for. We've been waiting to see how this trial is going to go for quite some time. A lot of us have ideas of how it's going to go. Feel free to share your thoughts. Um, what else? You probably see this banner at the bottom of the screen here. This is actually an ad on Cryptopolitan. If you would like your company to be on something like that, feel free to reach out and we'll see what we can do. All right, let's get into this. So we said SBF's trial begins with jury selection. That was yesterday. We'll talk about what's happened since. It's going to be more interesting today. I believe them choosing 50 jury, not jury, but 50 witnesses and things like that was much more interesting than the jury selection itself. But here's Suzu's $35 million villa transforms into an urban eco-farm oasis. Let's take a look at that. Suzu's $35 million Yardwood Avenue villa has been transformed into an urban ecological farm. Abundant Cities, co-founded by Zhu's wife, Dr. Evelyn Tao and Sarah Lewis, leads this eco initiative. The Good Class bungalow property was bought for $48.8 million in December 2021. He's the beleaguered co-founder of Three Arrows Capital. So it's in Singapore, and it's interesting they turned it into an ecological farm. And it's also interesting to me that the whole thing was his wife's doing. So that's cool. We'll see how that goes long term, if they can hold on to it or not. Satoshi Nakamoto's Twitter account stirs after 5 years. So this isn't actually his account. Famous Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto's Twitter account has resurfaced with a recent tweet after 5 years. Ongoing controversy surrounds Craig Wright's claim as Bitcoin's creator. And I saw a lot of people on Twitter saying that the account was actually run by his one of Craig Wright's friends. So, in recent Twitter activity that has ignited intrigue within the crypto community, an account claiming to be Satoshi Nakamoto, the elusive creator of Bitcoin, has resurfaced. While this development has sparked curiosity, it is important to clarify that it does not imply the actual return of Nakamoto to the crypto scene. The Twitter account in question, @Satoshi, which bears Satoshi Nakamoto's name and features a verified account blue checkmark, recently posted a message centered on Bitcoin's 2008 white paper. In the tweet, the account mentioned that Bitcoin is a predictive machine. So a lot of speculation around that, ongoing controversy around Craig Wright's claims that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. I have no opinion on this. I don't really care as long as Satoshi Nakamoto doesn't scam everybody who's bought Bitcoin. I'm fine with the whole thing. Qatar to allow investment tokens under its digital assets framework. Qatar publishes its investment token and digital assets legislative framework and seeks public consultation. Qatar introduces the concept of investment token within QFC. Stablecoins, CBDCs, and crypto not included in regulation. Full regulation should be out in 2024. So Qatar is doing its part to bring all this stuff to the forefront in their place. OFAC sanctions crypto wallets tied to fentanyl production. The OFAC, which is the Office of Foreign Assets Control of the U.S. Department of the Treasury, has taken action against crypto wallets associated with a China-based fentanyl manufacturer, tackling the illicit use of digital assets. By the way, most fentanyl is produced in China that goes to the U.S. through Mexico, which is one of the reasons why so many people are angry with China is that fentanyl killed 75,000 Americans last year. So that's part of the quick turnaround of American companies leaving China. It's one of the reasons. Hi, Syed Shaheen. Nice to have you with us. Court denies SEC's interlocutory appeal in Ripple case. We did talk about this yesterday. Some kind of error. What's going on? Okay. Strange. Hong Kong's SFC puts up united front with police to monitor crypto platforms. Let's see what's going on here. The Securities and Futures Commission has formed a specialized working group with the Hong Kong police force to monitor virtual asset trading platforms. The group aims to enhance efforts in detecting and addressing illicit activities within virtual asset trading platforms, of VATPs. This initiative comes after a high-profile case involving the unlicensed crypto exchange JPEX. Hong Kong being a pretty big hub for new crypto companies and such, it's important for them to have the right policing for that as well. That makes sense. Crypto users on friend.tech alerted to SIM swap attacks resulting in substantial losses. I hate SIM swap attacks. Crypto users on the friend.tech platform have been put on high alert after a recent surge in SIM swap attacks. 4 users have fallen victim to these attacks, resulting in substantial financial losses. Manifold Trading weighed in on the situation, warning that any hacker gaining access to a friend.tech account could potentially rug the entire account. Well, yeah, that's because of dual factor authentication, which is not a good idea to use your phone for. SIM swap attacks are some of the easiest hacks. Worked on a project where the founder was SIM swapped and had to deal with talking with the hacker for a week, negotiating and keeping him busy and stuff. It was really stressful. So yeah, don't use your phones and your phone numbers for dual factor authentication. Use something else. And if you're running a project and you only allow people to use like their phone number for dual factor authentication, you need to change that as soon as possible. That's not safe. How ICP Asia Alliance plans to redefine the Web3 and AI landscape. Let's take a look. The blockchain industry never sleeps. Amidst the whirlwind of crypto innovations, the launch of the ICP Asia Alliance seeks to carve a niche for itself in the buzzing Web3 and AI industry. What if I recognize anybody in here? Interesting. Not off the first bat. That's cool. But the real question's, wait a second. I do. I recognize one guy in that crowd. That's funny. But the real question stands, is this a game changer or just another event destined to get buried in the annals of tech history? So the ICP Asia Alliance is poised to cultivate a dynamic Web3 and AI ecosystem in Asia, inspired by the potential of these technologies that believe Web3 and AI can revolutionize industries and better lives. Yet such promises are a dime a dozen in this space. The internet computer's presence in Asia isn't significant, with 7 ICP hubs already in operation. When asked about their inspiration, the Alliance responded that it stemmed from the immense potential of Web3 and AI technologies in shaping the future of the region. The event, as described by Emilio Canessa of the Global Adoption Program at Definity Foundation in an exclusive interview with Cryptopolitan, was not just another run-of-the-mill gathering. 200 attendees found themselves witnessing a series of presentations, panels, and showcases meticulously orchestrated. Promises in the tech world are plentiful, but the ICP Asia Alliance backs its vision with a solid $20 million grant fund. Their goal? Accelerate the development of Web3 and AI solutions. But rather than just writing checks, the Alliance plans to distribute the grant through the Definity Foundation's grant programs, carefully selecting projects based on innovation, scalability, and their alignment with the Alliance's goals. Given this selective approach, watching which projects earn the Alliance's nod and subsequently their piece of the $20 million pie will be intriguing. Interestingly, though, the ICP Asia Alliance isn't placing its bets solely on technologists. ICP Asia Alliance's network includes entrepreneurs, developers, investors, institutions, and even policymakers, many of which played a vital role at the ICP Asia Alliance launch event. There's a pronounced intent to bridge the existing knowledge chasm in Web3 and AI. Through workshops, hackathons, training courses, and expansive awareness campaigns, the Alliance is laying the groundwork for widespread literacy in these transformative technologies. In an industry filled with initiatives and alliances, what makes the ICP Asia Alliance unique? The emphasis on collaboration on an eclectic mix of stakeholders and a relentless drive to usher in tangible impact differentiates this alliance. A vibrant ecosystem bolstered by myriad perspectives is in the making. We'll see how that goes. We'll see who they finance and why, et cetera, in the future. Binance CEO CZ's refusal of FTX's $40 million proposal revealed in latest book. Binance CEO CZ rejected a $40 million proposal from FTX's SBF, leading to divergent paths for the two crypto exchanges. SBF envisioned a zero-risk futures exchange aiming to minimize potential losses for traders. CZ's decision was influenced by Binance's focus on retail customers, while FTX aims to attract institutional investors. Interesting. EU central banks to announce wholesale CBDC plans in weeks. The EU prioritizes wholesale CBDC for financial markets, showing commitment to digital currency innovation. Blockchain adoption could save the financial industry $100 billion annually because of banks scamming users. Basically, they take funds through every single transaction. I've actually seen this a lot recently where transactions were made, money was taken, and even if the money didn't get to where it was supposed to go, there was still a cut taken by the banks and the European system. It's very disturbing. Wholesale CBDC progresses faster than the retail digital euro. Not surprising. Not surprising. How Kevin McCarthy got kicked out of the White House. Kevin McCarthy, the Republican Speaker of the House of Representatives, was ousted in an unprecedented move. The main agitator behind his removal was far-right Representative Matt Gaetz. I wouldn't call him far-right. It's a bit strange. I don't know. Due to differences in legislative decisions. McCarthy's decision to rely on Democratic votes, especially for a bill preventing a government shutdown, became a contentious point. I'm not sure what I would categorize Matt Gaetz as. Far right has different connotations around the world than it does in the US, and he's not far right by international standards. Prosecutors, SBF masterminded the FTX mega fraud. Sam Bankman-Fried is on trial for massive fraud related to the FTX cryptocurrency exchange. Prosecutors allege he built his wealth and power on deceit, using his gains for lavish lifestyles and political influence. SBF denies all charges, with his defense pointing blame at his legal and advisory teams. So, witnesses ready to spill the beans. The prosecution's narrative isn't crafted out of thin air. Their arsenal consists of testimonies from three crucial witnesses, all of whom were once close associates of SBF. Having decided to assist the government's case, their disclosures in the coming days are eagerly awaited. But these aren't the only voices that will echo through the courtroom. Former clients and investors of FTX are lining up, ready to voice their grievances. This includes an investor from Ukraine who, amid the terrifying backdrop of Russia's invasion, believed he had safeguarded his funds within FTX. Yeah, that was not the case. Those set to come under the spotlight don't just stop with past clients. FTX's legal eagles, lobbyists, and tech developers are all poised to make appearances. High-stakes venture capitalists like Sequoia Capital and Skybridge Capital founder Anthony Scaramucci, once bullish on FTX's promise, are also slated to testify. With the jury now selected, a group of 12 varied individuals ranging from social workers to librarians, the stage is set. Interestingly, Judge Lewis Kaplan delved into their familiarity with a recent interview by author Michael Lewis. The writer had spent considerable time trailing SBF and just released a book which he intended to be a unique perspective for the jury. In a whirlwind of charges, defense, and fervent courtroom battles, one thinks for certain this trial is set to expose the murky underbelly of the crypto world. Not necessarily the crypto world, but the SBF stuff, FTX especially. Bank of England faces scrutiny over possible data slip-up and rate hike pause. The Bank of England is under scrutiny for potential data oversight regarding interest rate decisions. The purchasing manager's indices have shown significant inconsistencies between initial and final readings. The Bank of England had early access to possibly flawed PMI data before its decision to maintain interest rates. Ooh, that's hopefully they fix that. To get to the root of the inconsistency, S&P Global's Tim Moore provided some insights. The variations were attributed to strong late responses in the UK Services PMI survey and a slightly higher than usual number of final responses. However, this explanation doesn't entirely crack the case. Pantheon Microeconomics' Samuel Toombs had already expressed skepticism about the initial readings. He pointed towards potential issues with the seasonal adjustments, hinting that the robust post-lockdown growth witnessed in 2020 and 2021 could be causing these inconsistencies. Another culprit might be the PMI's adjustment procedure. S&P uses the older X12 method and its unique way to filter out anomalies, which might lead to discrepancies. Hmm. The revised PMI data makes sense now, fitting better within the expected economic landscape, but it raises bigger concerns about the reliance on such metrics. The world of macroeconomics is complex, but mishaps like these can undermine the very institutions we depend on. In the Bank of England's case, it's not about assigning blame, but recognizing the potential pitfalls of modern data driven decision making. Whether or not the Bank of England's decision was significantly swayed by the initial PMI data is a matter of conjecture. What's clear, however, is that the reputation of one of Britain's most steadfast institutions has been bruised, if not broken. Yep, we'll see how that goes. Hi, Crypto DJ and Suzak Crypto. Nice to have you guys with us. GOP scrambles. Who will fill McCarthy's shoes as speaker? That's a good question. The GOP's halls are echoing with the sound of frantic footsteps as members attempt to determine who will step up to claim the gavel left behind by the conceited Kevin McCarthy. Um, Jim Jordan, the right-wing spearhead and founding member of the House Freedom Caucus, known for his unwavering loyalty to ex-President Donald Trump, wasted no time in announcing his intention to run for McCarthy's erstwhile position. His announcement quickly sent ripples across the party, sparking an unexpected but fierce competition. Steve Scalise, Louisiana's representative and the House's majority leader until recently, swiftly followed suit. Jordan boldly voiced that this crossroad is pivotal in our nation's trajectory and stressed the necessity for the Republican conference to unify. On the other hand, Scalise, a Republican cornerstone who had been McCarthy's trusted deputy, remains a favorite among many within the GOP, which means good old party. It's named for the Republican Party. His recent battle with blood cancer, coupled with his remarkable comeback after a traumatic shooting incident in 2017, makes him a resilient figure, synonymous with survival and endurance. Yeah, I believe he was shot at by a Democrat in 2017. Riding the wave of this leadership vacuum, Kevin Hern, Oklahoma's congressman and the leader of the pivotal Republican Study Committee, hinted at throwing his hat into the ring, adding another layer to this intriguing contest. And just when you thought the race couldn't get more unpredictable, some far-right Republican members, including the outspoken Marjorie Taylor Greene, proposed a wild card, the possibility of Donald Trump, the looming figure ever present in the background, as the new speaker. He's not ever present, but that's something that they've talked about before, because the Speaker of the House doesn't need to be elected to the House of Representatives. So literally anybody who's an American citizen could be voted in as Speaker of the House. Like they could probably vote in Elon Musk if they wanted to. Just to give you an example of like how far fetched it could be, or I don't know who else is leans more Republican at the moment. That's not anywhere near Congress. The guy who played the Terminator, the Governator, he could do it. God, I forgot his name. It's so weird. Anyhow, the mad dash to fill McCarthy's void underscores the palpable rift within the GOP, a party at odds with itself, intensifying Washington's already prevalent dysfunction. So just so you know, the main difference between the Republicans and the Democrats as far as the way their party is built is the Republicans allow a lot more differences of opinion. The Democrats do. Democrats are very, very strict on way more subjects than Republicans are. You can be pro-life or pro-choice and still be a Republican. It's it's that kind of thing. Whereas you can't really be a pro-life Democrat anymore. It's the center branch of the Democratic Party. They used to call them Blue Dogs, I believe, have pretty much left, become independents, The far left of the Democratic Party are independents as well, for the most part. Like they'll caucus with them and they'll try to run for president within the Democratic Party, but they'll be independent if they're part of the part of Congress. It's a really weird thing. So it's not really a two-party system. It's more um, like a one party on the left and then one big party that bills center right, some far right. I mean, there are limits, obviously, but that huge space is everything that the Republican Party fills now. So it's a very strange system. And then you have the Libertarian Party and the Greens that have few members, but still have represent certain aspects of parties. So you know, people jumping from one party to another sometimes. Boohoo SBF's people say he is a nerd, not a thief. Okay. Sam Bankman-Fried sues U.S. insurer for ludicrous reasons. Yep, we saw that. We did see that. We talked about this yesterday, but us dive in real quick. SBF is in a legal dispute with U.S. insurer CNA over withheld insurance funds. He exhausted his $5 million policies with Beasley and QBE, making CNA the next insurer allegedly due to pay. Questions arise regarding how Bankman-Fried plans to finance his multi-million-dollar defense of the decline of FTX. So the insurance is supposed to be paying for its legal bills. Digital Ledger Daily, top crypto stories of the day. Jane T. Kanani, Polygon co-founder, steps down but remains involved from the sidelines. Department of Justice approved CEO Sam Bankman-Fried for crypto regulations in the U.S. Judge Torres denies SEC's motion for an immediate appeal in the Ripple case, marking a setback for the regulatory agency. We haven't talked about Polygon much. Let's jump in here and talk about co-founder Jane T. Kanani real quick. Jane T. Kanani, the driving force behind Polygon, has voluntarily relinquished their prominent position. This decision didn't come out of the blue. Over the past 6 months, Kanani's engagement with the day-to-day activities of the company diminished, setting the stage for the former CEO's exit. After dedicating half a decade to Polygon, Kanani's absence will undoubtedly leave a void, even though Mark Boyron, previously the chief legal officer, took up the mantle as CEO last year. The Polygon community, while understanding, can't help but lament the loss of such a vital figure. Kanani's decision to step back paves the way for the next chapter in Polygon's journey, especially as they steer towards their ambitious road to 2.0. On a brighter note, Jane T. Kanani isn't entirely disappearing from the tech world. At a glance at their LinkedIn reveals new ventures founding tech startups Morphic and Mosaic this year. Interesting. Some constructive stuff going on there. Hi, Yosti T. Abdo. Nice to have you with us. Opening statements highlight four major takeaways in SBF trial. Let's check this out. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried is at the center of a major trial with opposing portrayals. Prosecution sees Bankman-Fried as misusing FTX funds for personal gain, while the defense portrays him as a genuine startup CEO. Controversy surrounds FTX's relationship with Alameda Research, with allegations of misleading customers and undisclosed software privileges. Let's see. While the defense lays the blame of FTX's and Alameda Research's downfall on external market conditions and alleged smear campaigns by crypto publications and competitors, the prosecution isn't buying it. The latter stands firm on the belief that FTX's downfall wasn't just an unfortunate market twist. They believe it was primarily due to SBF's alleged siphoning of FTX's liquidity, painting the market's downturn as the prime cause. In their opinion, is just a way of deflecting blame. FTX and Alameda, questionable synergy or just business as usual. The relationship between FTX and Alameda Research, another enterprise under SBF's purview, is under intense scrutiny. The prosecution claims FTX customers were misled into diverting trading funds to Alameda, and that FTX's software provided Alameda undisclosed privileges. The defense counters this, asserting that Alameda was acting as a market facilitator for FTX in its early days, helping stabilize its position in a volatile market. Caroline Ellison, Puppet CEO, for the real deal. Caroline Ellison, the former Alameda chief executive, stands as another central figure in this unfolding drama. Prosecution alleges that her position at Alameda was merely a facade orchestrated by SPF, while the defense argues her role and responsibilities of the firm were genuine. They further point out that the onus of certain company missteps can be attributed to her leadership or lack thereof. In a world where cryptocurrencies are revolutionizing traditional finance paradigms, the outcome of this trial has ramifications far beyond the personal fate of SPF for the future of FTX. Of course, FTX crashing caused this giant bear market in many ways. So, of course, it has further ramifications. FCF Pay unleashes three powerful steps for broadened cryptocurrency bill solutions. All right. FCF Pay introduces a gateway system to convert cryptocurrency payments to fiat, allowing users to settle bills with a range of digital assets, including XRP and Shiba Inu. Ripple secures an MPI license from the Central Bank of Singapore, emphasizing the increasing practicality of cryptocurrency solutions in the business sector. So Canada's FCF Pay has expanded its cryptocurrency support, ushering in a new era of digital asset payments with the inclusion of XRP and Shiba Inu. In its platform, Bitcoin miners and other users can now conveniently settle their electricity bills using a diverse range of cryptocurrencies. This development not only signifies the growing acceptance of digital currencies, but also highlights the innovative solutions. That's fascinating. That interesting, very interesting. Didn't expect to see news about Canada today in this. Crypto powerhouse CMCC Global garners an astonishing $100 million for Hong Kong-based fund. CMCC Global successfully secured an impressive $100 million for its crypto fund based in Hong Kong. This strategic move positions the company to significantly support and nurture early-stage Web3 startups. This is a leading venture capital firm with a keen focus on crypto and blockchain projects, has made headlines with its recent announcement. The firm has successfully raised $100 million. A landmark funding round attracting top investors. So this included industry giants such as Block One, Pacific Century Group, Winklevoss Capital, and Jebsen Capital. Yet Siu, the renowned founder of Animoca Brands, also joined the ranks of these esteemed investors. That's pretty cool. Interesting way to do things. Polygon co-founder Jayanti Kanani steps down for their first time in 6 years. We talked about that. Spot Bitcoin ETFs prospects brighten as ex-BlackRock exec forecasts accelerated approval. A former high-ranking executive from BlackRock has suggested that regulators may approve a spot Bitcoin exchange-traded fund ETF within the next 3 to 6 months. The approval of the spot Bitcoin ETF could lead to an influx of around $200 billion into Bitcoin investment products, potentially doubling or tripling the assets under management. The Securities and Exchange Commission has declined its approval. It has declined to approve spot Bitcoin ETFs, citing concerns about potential fraud and manipulation on unregulated exchanges. Yeah, it could still infuse $200 billion if and when it gets through. That makes sense. Scammer targets friend.tech users in SIM-swap attacks, stealing $385,000 worth of Ether. We talked about those scams earlier, but that's the amount that was stolen in one SIM-swap attack. JPEX faces controversy as DAO transition sparks user concerns. JPEX controversy as it proceeds with plans to transform into a DAO. That's a decentralized I want to say authoritative organization, but like, wow. It doesn't matter how long you and how often you talk about something. Sometimes it's just decentralized autonomous organization. There we go. I forgot what the A meant. All of a sudden happens. Into a decentralized autonomous organization, a user has come forward with claims that her assets were converted without her agreement or prior knowledge. It remains unclear whether the individuals quoted in the report voted in favor of the plan. So whether they voted in favor of it or not, if they lost the vote, then things are going to happen to their stuff anyways. Let's see. All of my USDT and other cryptocurrencies are gone, and alleged that her assets were converted to JPEX coin JPC, a token with low liquidity and limited use cases. The anonymous user expressed concern, saying some other users holding the tokens and other assets have also found them transferred. Given the unknown price and the impossibility of withdrawal, our assets have now become just waste paper. That's not good. Authorities allege that the Dubai-based exchange defrauded at least 2,300 people of $178 million, 1.4 billion Hong Kong dollars. Wow, that'd be a good reason to arrest people. Coinciding with these developments, Hong Kong's police and securities regulator unveiled a crypto-focused task force on October 4th. The task force aims to combat illicit activities carried out by cryptocurrency exchanges, signaling heightened scrutiny of the crypto industry in the region. Wow. Yeah, I mean, they have to. There's too much money going around now. And with, North Korean hackers and all the other hackers out there trying to steal money. Yeah. US's recession odds are high, which is good news for the crypto market. The US is facing increasing concerns about a potential recession due to a surge in interest rates and market volatility. A US recession could have implications for the crypto market, potentially spurring greater adoption of cryptocurrencies as investors seek alternative assets. It could also accelerate the approval of crypto-related bills by the US Securities and Exchange Commission. It could also backfire for crypto, but that's hopefully not going to happen. Argentina's central bank director backs digital peso initiative, so he backs the CBDC. Of course he does. Juan Agustín de Teles Noguera of Banco Central de la República Argentina endorses the digital peso concept. Economy Minister Sergio Massa envisions the CBDC as a remedy for Argentina's economic challenges. How? Through CBDC, the Argentine government aims to enhance tax revenue without raising rates. They can track people's transactions easier if it's all centralized through their own system. That makes sense. I can see how that would work. But it's just more and more government centralization. Rotterdam court sides with crypto firms on DNB registration fees. That is not a Dutch flag. Close, but Dutch crypto companies like Bitvavo and Coinmerce win against DNB's $2.3 million fees. Rotterdam's court finds DNB overstepped legal boundaries in charging firms. Supervisory fees for 2021 to crypto businesses were deemed unjustified. Fees were imposed by the Dutch central bank. This fee was initiated for registration related to anti-money laundering measures. However, the court's judgment announced Wednesday clarified that DNB exceeded its legal jurisdiction when charging these companies. Significantly, how the central bank evaluated these registration requests contradicted the registration requirements for crypto service providers. European Union anti-money laundering rules delineate these requirements. Interesting. So will they get the money back? Hong Kong police and SFC take heavy crypto measures after the JPEX saga. How heavy? Hong Kong Police Force and the Securities and Futures Commission have set up a crypto-focused working group to deal with illegal crypto exchange activities. The blow-up at the JPEX platform has caused SFC and Hong Kong's police to create an environment that supports the city's goal to be a global crypto hub. The Crypto Task Force has officials from the SFC's Enforcement Division and HKPF officials from its Commercial Cybersecurity and Financial Intelligence and Investigations Bureaus. Why crypto speculation is not as bad as you would think. Over the years, governments, corporate bankers, regulators, non-believers, and many others have constantly termed crypto as a speculative asset with no real use cases. Most analysts have always been proponents of the idea that the crypto community and projects need to emphasize real-world use cases to beat the long-standing crypto winter that the industry has faced over the past 2 years. As a way out from the bear market, many analysts believe the community need to discard the number go up mentality and that underpinned the pre-winter crypto market and instead focus on real solutions that solve real human and environmental issues. Proponents argue that a constant inflow of cash into decentralized finance, NFT, or GameFi markets would be possible if a real-world problem is solved rather than the industry offering higher yields and incentives to attract investors. On the surface, speculation could seem as the driving force that has minimized the overall impact of blockchain and crypto. However, as important as it is to build real value products and solve real world problems, we need to look at the purpose and need of speculation in the crypto space. As crypto is still in its juvenile stages of growth, speculation could be a vital component in growing the market. It is how investors determine which ideas, projects, platforms, or businesses have the potential to win or lose in the long run. Speculation may be just what crypto needs as an industry. Huh. Innovation breeds speculation as industries try to find a balanced market and fair prices for their assets. Nonetheless, the abundance of scams and useless or copycat projects discourages many investors from touching the industry, let alone placing their dollars in it. If you hear water running, that's my daughter getting a bath. Sorry about that. I need my own office space for this eventually. Oh, a bunch of you guys jumped in. Hi, Binance user 764BC, Marky Leem. Oh, 772, 628, 332. Nice to have you with us. Hi, Syed Phase 27. Dr. Umar Khan 786. Nice to have you with us. And Mahesh 89, 85, 79. Nice to be here. Hi there. Yes. Welcome, Pensée. That's a cool name. So, yeah. Why gamifying speculation could solve tough crypto markets. The rise of X to earn platforms is slowly shifting the tides on crypto speculation, as users do not need to directly invest in the tokens, but rather complete an activity to earn the tokens. Banksters, a play and earn NFT game that rewards users for understanding trends in the crypto market, aims to ease speculation in the market, allowing anyone to participate in predicting future crypto asset prices. I've never heard of that before. That's hilarious. The game requires a bit of skill in the market, unlike real market speculation, where you compete with the invisible market speculating whether the asset prices will go up or down. Banksters turn speculative trading into a game. The exciting game allows players to battle not with the invisible market, but with each other. This allows traders to find out who is a better trader because a few traders will show the worth of their portfolios or admit what startup capital they started with. Additionally, they have no goal to compete with anyone in trading. The game is directly connected to the crypto market, whereby if a player correctly guesses the price direction, they get points and lead. While if Bankster predicts wrongly, they have a set of abilities such as Elon's tweets, CZ's remarks, rally that can change his position on the market to a positive one. That's funny. This opens up gamified speculative trading without the massive consequences of losing your whole investment. The players can challenge each other on the platform to predict market trends and earn rewards for winning the challenges. In simple terms, the game makes crypto speculation fun for the traders, whether it be trading, mining, swapping, buying and selling crypto and NFTs on the platform. That's so funny. Can crypto experience another speculative bull run after halving? Several theories have popped up on the possible return of a bullish crypto market following the Bitcoin halving next year. As far as speculation goes, most traders believe the bull run will commence in the later stages of 2024, following Bitcoin's halving. One such theory is the November 28th cycles theory by X, formerly Twitter user CryptoCon, who believes Bitcoin's price movements are cyclical. As shown in the image below, the theory predicts each cycle lasts approximately 4 years, and all of them centered around the date of the first Bitcoin halving event, which took place on November 28th. Notwithstanding, an analyst from Finance Magnets believes that the Bitcoin halving event promises a bullish market, as historical data shows. Each of the past 4 halvings have often accompanied large price gains, as the slowing of new supply along with rising demand causes a supply-demand mismatch that can drive up prices. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're basically waiting for saying it would be over here then, I guess. Interesting. There's not as much of a difference here as there is here or here. It looks like the differences are getting smaller if you just look at the graph. I like graphs, but I'm not sure how much they can tell us in advance. It's hard to tell sometimes. All right, let's check out CoinMarketCap. Look at how everything's trading today. And hi, Coutinho ID 29394785. Nice to have you with us. And Bachar007 as well. All right. So Bitcoin's up 1.49% in the last 24 hours, 5.49% in the last 7 days to $27,963 and it changed. $27,958.99. We're getting close to 28,000 again, which is interesting. Let's look at the general market real quick here. I'm gonna have to refresh the page to see the fear and greed index went up 1 point compared to yesterday. Instead of 44, it's 45. The global crypto market has a $1.1 trillion, a 1.04% increase over the last day. That's interesting. So Ethereum is at $1,643.17, up 0.06% in the last day, 1.16% over the last 7 days. BNB is at $212.80, up 0.04% in the last 24 hours, but down 0.45% in the last 7 days. XRP is at 52 cents 57, down 1.12% in the last 24 hours, up 5.04% in the last 7 days. Sol from Solana is up is up 0.95% in the last 24 hours, 21.94% in the last 7 days to $23.41. Dogecoin's at 6 cents 124, up 0.49% in the last 24 hours, up 0.55% in the last 7 days. So most of that seems to have been in the last 24 hours. TRX from Tron is up 0.39% in the last 24 hours to 8 cents 916. Ton from Toncoin is up 5.50% in the last 24 hours, down 5.45% in the last 7 days to $2.09. Matic on Polygon is at 56 cents 24, down 3.13% over the last 24 hours, but still up 10.03% in the last 7 days. All right. Let's look at the biggest losers right now, and then we'll look at the biggest winners. Biggest losers are under 4% down, and then I'll read the top 4, and after that, it's less than 2% down for the last 24 hours. So Flare FLR is down 4.07% in the last 24 hours to 1 cent 08. Gala is down 2.79% in the last 24 hours to 1 cent 511. RPL from Rocket Pool is down 3.34% to $20.32. Matic on Polygon is down 2.99% to 56 cents and 23. And then everything else is down less than 2%, which is not bad. Do we have a lot of things down? We do not have a lot of things down today. Just the opposite of what we saw yesterday. Trust Wallet token, TWT, is up 14.31% in the last 24 hours, up 22.46% in the last 7 days to 93 cents 07. Aave is up 6.69% in the last 24 hours, 10.38% in the last 7 days to $69.17. Ton from Toncoin up 5.50% in the last 24 hours, like we said earlier. STX from Stacks up 4.35% in the last 24 hours to 50 cents 76. Then we have a few that are up more than 3%. Might as well go through those too. Avalanche, AVAX, up 3.68% in the last 24 hours to $10.02. Maker, MKR, up 3.67% in the last 24 hours to $1,473.61. Although it is down 3.19% over the last 7 days, it's still up this last hour in the last 24 hours. Woo Network, Woo, WOO, up 3.53% in the last 24 hours to 18 cents 23. So, and then everything else is up less than 3%, but we have a lot of things up more than 1%. I'm still scrolling. There we go. Then we have some that are up a little less than 1%. Ethereum Classic up 0.93%, for example, and it's up 1.08%. So I'm going to keep scrolling. APT up 0.98%. Still scrolling for something that's... Yep. Dogecoin is up only 0.5%. but a lot of things are up barely like that. So Tether Gold, for example, not up very high. That's actually interesting. XAUT is $1,829.15. It's good to know about where that's standing. It's slightly more expensive than Ethereum right now, which is interesting, just as a price comparison. All right, I think that gets the things going here. I'll get to see if Bitcoin went over the. No, it didn't. It keeps hovering right below 28,000, between 27,950 and 27 and $28,000 right now. So anytime it could jump up, we'll see. And over the last, yeah, this it jumped up from 27,700 ish when we started the show. So it's jumped up almost $300 in the last. It actually went above 28,000 for a while here today during the show, 35 minutes into the show, and then about 15 minutes ago it started dropping back down to 27,900 ish. Interesting. So maybe we should have the show more often if it makes Bitcoin go. It's funny because it coincides with like when we started the show. Did you guys start buying Bitcoin because of the show? Like it literally coincides exactly with the time I started the show. That's fascinating. I know there's no way that this show with only 600 views right now could have had this effect, but it's funny. So apparently we're market makers here. Go ahead and subscribe so you get notifications when we're live again, and like if you enjoyed this. Hi, Binance user 6B958, Axis Rupia, and Yulia Mig and Zay Olive. Nice to have you with us. Let's see what's happening tomorrow. It could be interesting. Could be absolutely fascinating. Have a great Thursday. Tomorrow we're having an interview before the regular news show, so that'll last about an hour. I do not know who the guest is. I'll find out sometime today, and the show will have the name of the guest. So definitely tune in for that. That'll be very interesting. Have a great rest of your day and enjoy your Thursday. Bye for now.